So I started hypnotherapy sessions in January this year. It took me a little while, to be fair, to make initial contact. I noticed things going, making interesting decisions and wasn't quite being myself towards the end of last year. It probably took me 2 to 3 months to actually realise, to try and stop doing some of my self-destructive behaviour. Realised that I had a problem and then kind of make the contact. And for me, that was a big step, making that initial contact. It was almost like you admitted that you had a fault or something like that. But I wasn't happy within myself, and I wasn't happy waking up each day. Wasn't particularly happy. There was things happening affecting work, friendships, family, all those kinds of things. And what a simple thing at work that was impacting me. Well, I couldn't maintain eye contact, which is quite important because I deal with general public, or if I talk to businesses, I need to be able to do that. And it was actually, I was with my colleague Dan, and we were at work, and we sold gym memberships, and basically someone objected on the price, and to overcome that objection, I said, can you afford to put a price on your health, because they had some health issues. And that really resonated with me. Something just clicked, and when I went home that day, I was like, can I put a price on my mental health? And I just don't think you can. And so then that was the final trigger that then did lead me to make my initial contact with Heather, which I haven't looked back since. It's now November. It was January. Sessions good, in a really sort of comforting, warming environment. Heather was exactly the same, calming, caring, understanding, and explained as well what was going to happen. It wasn't like it wasn't going to be completely random. It walked through each steps and explained what could happen, how you may feel, how other people felt, and that really puts you at ease, which is obviously really important, to be able to open up and actually deal with it, because ultimately you're going into a session with someone you don't know, and you're about to tell them the most personal thing about you and what you feel is wrong with you, effectively. And I think leading me to then be happy to do a video is we now see a lot to do with mental health in the media or on social media as well. I've got a couple of friends that have got their own struggles, but they're quite public about it. I've got others that aren't, and you have to take things from that. And I think that for me as well is I've never seen anyone mention about hypnotherapy, so I was more than happy to do a video to say how it helped me, but also just in the hope that either opens up someone's eyes, and you never know, in 2 years they may think, hypnotherapy worked for him, it may work for me. And that would then make this video a success, just one person taking it up and making themselves feel better. Because for me, if I'd just gone and done counselling, for me that wouldn't have been enough. Whilst I'm comfortable talking, and I can talk a lot, as anyone tell you that, it's if I just talk about an issue, I'm just repeating it and repeating it and repeating it, and it almost makes it more prominent in my mind. Whereas with the hypnotherapy, we were talking about an issue, and then we'll work on it and we'll go to the root cause. And that for me is really important, because I don't want to keep bringing it up. I want to be able to then move on, and if there's something else I want to talk about, and do that. And I'm fortunate enough to say that things have worked, and the things that I was talking about in January are distant memory. We're not talking about those in the sessions now. We've developed onto other areas, which as well was why I keep coming back, because I feel like it's working. But what I like as well is that some from other sessions will just crop up. Only last week, I remember something and I was like, that must be from June or sometime around then, because it definitely wasn't in the last 2 sessions. It just popped in and it just clicks. And I think that's what I really like about it, is you almost don't even know that it's working.